What's up, boys and girls? It's Slayz here, or Smitty, or Sean, whatever floats your freaking boat, and I'm back bringing you guys another video for you guys here today. Today will just be my setup classes for Warzone and multiplayer. I'm going to do two sets, two on multiplayer and then just on Warzone, just one on Warzone. So let's get straight into it. So pretty much so I've got all my classes set up for public games, but I've got two that are Warzone, and then the rest are for multiplayer. So pretty much because I like using the MP5 and the M4 mostly, and sometimes the MP7 or the Grau, which is the new gun. I've made some classes for both. So pretty much this is the main class that I use. I've just got this new pack, so that's why it looks like really gold, but it's the M4A1, and the main attachments I use are stock M16 Grenadier or Grenadier, however you say if you're American or Aussie, whichever one. But yeah, so that's the barrel, and the muzzle I'm using the compensator, and then for stock I use no stock because that gives me like more movement around the map and stuff, quicker movement, and then because I've got the barrel, it gives me less recoil and more damage range and more bullet velocity. Because if I was using, so you can either use this one as well, the Corvus Custom Marksman, which is almost exactly the same. I think it just has a bit more accuracy and mobility, but then less of damage range, and then I think maybe just range, I think. So they're almost similar. So if I take this one off, right, so then you can see the stats here. Which one is it? So it's a bit more, so this one has a bit more range than this one, and a bit more accuracy, but then less control and less mobility. But so I'd still say that this one's still better. Then I have the Commando foregrip. I would use the Merc foregrip. Like Merc foregrip is pretty good as well, but I think just the Commando is a bit better because it only takes away movement speed, while this one has aim, walking movement speed, and aim down sight speed, which I reckon you need those because it's an AR and you just want to be like quick to shoot players and stuff. So that's why I use the Commando. And then for the rear grip, I use the stippled grip tape because this gun already has good recoil, so I don't really use that. And granulator it's pretty much just like movement speed, like for aiming and stuff. So that's why I use the stipple, which is aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, and this gets rid of aiming stability. And that's pretty much for that main class here. But for the secondary, I use the M19, which is because I'd recommend it over the Eagle because it's just got better fire rate, and because of all these attachments I've got on it, like it's pretty good. Perks, I use double time, point man, and battle hardened. I pretty much use these because I was practicing for competitive play, because you can't use like all these other perks. Like you can't use kill chain or quick fit, so that's why I put on double time. Point man is the only one I pretty much use because I alert, overkill, hardline, rootstock, and ghost are all banned. And then battle hardened because it's good for reduced strength of enemy flash and stuff. And then for the specialist, because you can't use streaks in competitive, I just use EOD, tune up, and scavenger, because EOD is good for it's pretty much like flak jacket, and this one is like what's it called, the one from the previous CODs. Flak jacket is EOD, and this one is tac mask basically. Then Semtex and flash. I've got two sniper classes, which I won't get into those ones, but then my first Warzone class I'll get into is this sniper one. So I pretty much have the HDR. Actually, that was my reticle. Oh yeah, that's reticle. Because I would prefer this reticle, this one here, over this one, just because like it's a bit more of a normal sight. But then I have the Grau as my secondary, because the Grau's a pretty good AR, depending on the attachments and stuff. And this one I just have EOD on, overkill, and battle hardened, because you can't use specialist perks in Warzone. Then I have C4, because C4 is pretty good in Warzone, and same as heartbeat sensor. My first MP5 class is this one. This is the main one that I use. I used to use the Nerf ball grip because like it takes away of the because it takes away the inline sight speed and the aim walking speed. I took it off, so that's why I just put on the commando, and then the 10mm auto 30 round mags. Puts up damage and range, but takes rid of fire rate and recoil control. But then that's because it's already got good recoil or not that bad accuracy. I just put it on anyway. Then stippled, same as the M4 class, sleight of hand, and then there's the F-Tac collapsible, which is movement speed and aim down sight speed improvement. So it's like really like fast and mobile. So that's why I like it. And perks, I have on EOD, Point Man, Battle Hardened, Double Time, Tune Up, and Scavenger. And then some Jets and Flash. So pretty much like my M4 class, just a bit slightly different. I guess it's just not got Double Time on. And it doesn't have, so I swapped EOD with Double Time on my MP5 class. Then my second Warzone class, so this was my first one and this was my second one, but so my first one is this M4 class. It's got the M16 Grenadier 60 round ammunition, because like it takes a while to kill someone. Oh well, it doesn't take a while, but it takes a lot of bullets to kill someone, so that's why I recommend the 60 rounds. And then stippled, and then this time I actually use the Ranger full grips and not the Merc or the Commander full grip. I actually use the Ranger because I actually saw Scump use it, and then it seems to be working out fine for him, so that's why I'm using it, because he recommended it. And then I use the monolithic suppressor because I don't want to be showing up on the radar and stuff, or on the compass. Then I have overkill on, and then I'm using the like I'll recommend for perks and stuff. Like if you don't want a overkill secondary, I'll either use Ghost. Actually, wait, yeah, I would say either Ghost or overkill. But then for the first perk, I would either use EOD. Probably not double time. Yeah, probably just EOD, like always. Wait, what am I? Yeah, so either EOD, and then for perk 3, I would either use maybe Battle Hardened or Ant, because especially if you're using a rocket launcher, yeah, like Ant is pretty good. The others just don't worry about. But then if you see this, where is it? Some of them, I think if you go into Warzone, it actually shows that some of them have like Warzone stats. It doesn't show here, but I'll go into Warzone in a minute and then try and find it. But yeah, so then I have the MP7 as my secondary, just because the MP7 seems to be like doing like really good compared to the MP5 on Warzone. So I use the Merc full grip for the other barrel, FSS Recon as the barrel, no muzzle, no laser, no optic. Stock I use no stock, just because of movement speed and aim down sight speed. No perk, but then the stippled rear grip and the 60 round mags. Like maybe if this gun like starts cutting like really big, I can get rid of the 60 round mags and either put on a perk, so either fully loaded or sleight of hand, or a muzzle and put on the monolithic suppressor, because the monolithic suppressor is probably the best one out of all of them. Actually, it's probably like one of the best muzzles in my opinion, because lightweight is not worth it, it's just like a normal one, and there's the tactical, which is not worth it. Compensating for recoil, muzzle brake, you don't need it. Flash card, you don't need it. Breacher device, you don't need it. But the monolithic suppressor, like it's good because it gives you sound suppression, but then damage range, but then it just gets rid of aim down sight speed and aim walking steadiness, so that's not the same as aim walking speed. But yeah, that's for that class. And C4 again, and heartbeat sensor. Then for another, where is it? Oh yes, then I can so go into, where is it? Warzone, and that should say here. So for weapons, yeah, wait, so I can go into just any class and then have it here. Yeah, so like this won't be like used, so I can't use these in Warzone, so that's why I just use this one here, because I don't have any specialist perks. Then for this one here, Where are they? Alright, so here, so kill chain for multiplayer only, and then for Warzone only, which is like the one that you want, increases your chance of finding kill streaks in supply boxes. So that's like those drops that come down from the game and stuff. So like, you could either get like a streak or not, but that increases your chances, which I don't think it's still worth it. And that's the only one for out of those ones. Other than the perk 2, I restock for Warzone only, recharge equipment over 50 seconds, so that's not bad. Hardline is a good one as well actually for, actually wait, yeah, so I'd recommend either Overkill, Hardline or Ghost. So Hardline, 25% off kiosk prices for kill streaks, field upgrades and armor plates, so that's actually pretty useful as well, because I think armor plates are about 1500, but then 25% off will be like, what, 1250, so that's not bad. Or it might be even less actually, I might be wrong. And and Point Man, all members of your team earn more money from completed missions. Okay, yep, so that's not a bad one as well. And Battle Hard, and then perk 3, tune up, reduce revive time by 25%, so that's not bad either. So that's the only one of those ones, but yeah, that's still worth it. But yeah, what else can I show you guys? I might show you guys one more class. And okay, yeah. So as you can see, I've named them by M41 class. I've got two sniper classes, so Snipe 1 and Snipe 2, MP5-1, or that should be Warzone. Well, yeah, no, those two should just swap. So I should just call that one Warzone 1 and Warzone 2. Then my M42. So this one is one for mainly for S&D. Because it has a smoke grenade, but everything else is the same. And MP5-2, yeah, this one's just like for S&D as well, because it's got another, because it's got a subsonic integral suppressor on, and then it's just got a knife as a secondary. In Warzone, then M43 and MP5-3. So these two are pretty much for hardpoint or domination, so for the respawn ones. And yeah, this is just like for any, because like I use this one the most. But yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy that class setup video. If you did, please smash that like button. I hope you guys got some good feedback, some good advice, and some good use out of those classes if you're ever going to use them. Like I don't mind you guys using them. But yeah, so this video will be up on my Twitch for best class. So just put the exclamation mark and then best class in the comments, and then you'll see this video for it. But yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy that, and if you did, please smash that like button, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, people. Goodbye.